Let's get started with our first news. Paddy Pimblett had some strong words for Ilia following the latest lightweight title picture. Speaking in a recent interview, Paddy once again argued that Ilia is simply too small to compete with the elite lightweights. According to Paddy, weight classes exist for a reason, and he believes Ilia is nothing more than a fat featherweight trying to compete against naturally bigger fighters. He claimed that if they ever meet inside the octagon, everyone will finally realize the size difference. Paddy even predicted that after fighting him, Ilia would decide to move back down to featherweight because he would understand just how much smaller he really is compared to the top lightweights. Paddy also admitted that Justin Gaethje's recent victory actually motivated him. He revealed that after losing to Justin, he started wondering whether his opportunity to reach the lightweight title had already slipped away. At the time, he believed Justin would go on to defeat Ilia, and he publicly made that prediction despite many fans laughing at him. However, Justin's win changed Paddy's outlook completely and gave him renewed confidence that he can still work his way back into title contention. Looking back, Paddy explained that his belief in Justin winning was based on personal experience. Since Justin had already beaten him convincingly, he expected the veteran striker to have the tools needed to overcome Ilia as well. Even though the result surprised many people, Paddy said it reinforced his own belief that styles make fights, and that he has what it takes to beat Ilia if they eventually share the cage. Paddy remains completely confident that he would defeat Ilia in a future showdown. He believes his size, physical strength, and ability to compete as a true lightweight would make the difference over 5 rounds. With both men continuing to chase championship success, the rivalry continues to build, making a potential clash between them one of the most anticipated matchups in the lightweight division. Move on to another news. Diego Lopes appears to be setting his sights on a massive opportunity, and his latest social media activity has sparked plenty of discussion. The rising star recently shared an Instagram story showing himself carefully studying the exciting fight between Charles Oliveira and Arman from UFC 300. The post immediately caught the attention of MMA fans, with many believing it was a clear hint about the direction he wants to take next in his career. This comes shortly after Diego openly stated that he wants his next appearance inside the octagon to be against a top-ranked lightweight. Rather than taking another step through the rankings, he seems determined to challenge one of the biggest names in the division. His confidence continues to grow, and he believes he is ready to compete with the elite at 155 pounds. One possible matchup is against Charles Oliveira, a former lightweight champion known for his incredible submission skills and relentless pressure. A clash between Diego and Charles would create an exciting grappling battle, with both fighters possessing dangerous ground games and the ability to finish a fight at any moment. It is a matchup that would immediately capture the attention of fans around the world. The other option is Arman, one of the toughest contenders in the lightweight division. Known for his relentless wrestling, physical strength, and well-rounded skill set, Arman would provide a completely different challenge. Facing him would allow Diego to prove that he belongs among the very best fighters in one of the UFC's deepest divisions. Regardless of which opponent he gets, Diego is making one thing perfectly clear. He is no longer looking for easy fights or slow progression. Instead, he wants the biggest challenges available and is prepared to shake up the entire lightweight division. His latest Instagram post has only fueled speculation that a huge announcement could be on the horizon, while fans eagerly wait to see whether his next opponent will be Charles Oliveira or Arman. Move on to another news. Max Holloway has reacted to all of Conor's recent trash talk ahead of their highly anticipated fight, and instead of firing back with insults, Max chose to remain calm, respectful, and completely focused on the challenge in front of him. Speaking during an interview with MMA Junkie, Max explained that he has no problem with Conor saying whatever he needs to say before fight night. In his opinion, if the trash talk helps Conor prepare mentally and gives him the confidence to step into the octagon, then he fully supports it. Max said Conor has to say what he has to say, and if repeating those messages helps him get ready, then that is part of the fight game. However, Max made one thing very clear. Above everything else, he simply wants Conor to show up on fight night. That is all he is focused on, because he wants the opportunity to compete against the biggest and best version of his opponent. According to Max, too many people have been counting Conor out because of his long layoff from competition. He believes that is a huge mistake. While many critics point to the years away from the cage and the videos of Conor enjoying his lifestyle outside of fighting, Max says fans only see a small portion of what is actually happening. He explained that nobody is following Conor with a camera 24 hours a day. People often see clips of parties or vacations, but they have no idea how much hard work is happening behind closed doors. Max compared that situation to his own training camps. He said that whenever people see him spending a couple of hours playing video games, they immediately assume he is not training. What they fail to realize is that those moments come after countless hours of hard work, preparation, and recovery. Because of that experience, Max refuses to make assumptions about Conor's dedication. Instead, he is preparing for the most dangerous version possible. He believes a healthy Conor could be the best version fans have ever seen, and that possibility only motivates him even more. Rather than hoping for an easier opponent, Max wants to test himself against Conor at his absolute peak. He believes defeating the strongest possible version of Conor would make the victory even more meaningful and memorable. Max finished by expressing complete confidence in his own abilities, saying that when the cage door closes, he knows exactly what he is capable of doing. If he performs the way he expects, he believes it will be a great night and another unforgettable moment in his career. Move on to another news. Kamaru Usman has made it very clear that one of the biggest goals left in his legendary career is becoming a two-division UFC champion. Even after accomplishing so much inside the octagon, Usman says there is still one exclusive club he has not joined, and he has no intention of giving up until he earns his place among the sport's elite champions. Usman is scheduled to face Duplessis on July 18th, and he believes a victory in that fight would put him in the perfect position to challenge for the middleweight title. While many fighters focus only on the next opponent, Usman explained that his vision goes far beyond a single matchup. His eyes remain firmly locked on championship gold and creating a legacy that will stand the test of time. Speaking about his motivation, Usman said there is still one club he is not part of, and that is the prestigious Champ Club. He explained that he does not want anyone to simply invite him into that exclusive group. Instead, he wants to earn his place through hard work, determination, and victories against the very best competition available. For Usman, being recognized as a two-division champion would represent another historic achievement in an already incredible career. He admitted that chasing this accomplishment is still incredibly exciting and continues to drive him every single day. Despite everything he has already achieved, the hunger to reach another level has never disappeared. That ambition remains one of the biggest reasons he continues competing against the toughest fighters in the world. Usman also revealed that the identity of his future opponent is no longer the most important factor. At this stage of his career, he believes the mission is much bigger than any individual fight. Early in a fighter's journey, every matchup is about climbing the rankings and proving yourself. However, once you have reached the top, the focus naturally shifts toward building a lasting legacy that people will remember for generations. That is exactly where Usman believes he is today. Every performance, every challenge, and every victory now adds another chapter to the story of his career. Becoming a two-division UFC champion would not simply add another belt to his collection. It would cement his place among the greatest fighters in UFC history and strengthen the legacy he has spent years building. For Usman, the pursuit of greatness is far from over, and he remains fully committed to achieving the final milestones that still motivate him every time he steps into the octagon. Move on to another news. Khamzat has revealed that he recently spent time training with Ilia, and the timing of that session immediately caught the attention of MMA fans. Speaking during a recent interview with his friend, Russian vlogger Adam Zubarayev, Khamzat reflected on everything Ilia has accomplished inside the UFC and had plenty of praise for the former champion. He highlighted Ilia's impressive victories over Alexander Volkanovski and Max Holloway, along with his achievement of becoming a champion in 2 different weight classes. While discussing Ilia's recent loss to Justin Gaethje, Khamzat casually mentioned that he visited Ilia's gym around a week after the fight. Because Ilia was still recovering from the injuries he suffered during that tough battle, the two did not take part in a full MMA sparring session. Instead, they focused primarily on grappling drills and technical exchanges while avoiding unnecessary risks. At that stage of his recovery, Ilia had not yet been cleared for heavy striking after suffering fractures to both orbital bones, with the right eye taking the most damage during the fight. Although doctors expect him to make a full recovery, he still requires additional time before returning to complete contact training. As a result, both fighters kept the session controlled while still testing each other's skills on the ground. Despite the noticeable size difference between them and the fact that Ilia was still healing, Khamzat said Ilia never backed away from the challenge. According to him, Ilia continued to push the pace and wanted to make every exchange competitive, even under less than ideal circumstances. Khamzat praised Ilia's career, saying his finishes over Max Holloway and Alexander Volkanovski were incredible achievements. He added that having a fighter become champion in 2 weight divisions is a huge moment for Georgian MMA and something the entire country can be proud of. He also revealed that they have trained together several times in the past. During his latest visit, while spending time with Guram, he stopped by Ilia's gym for another session. Khams admitted that he sometimes gets carried away during training and forgets to hold back. He said Ilia challenged him with full determination, so he responded by giving his best effort as well. According to Khamzat, he managed to secure several takedowns, but smiled as he refused to reveal everything that happened afterward, saying there was no need to share every detail from the training session. Move on to another news. Charles Oliveira has made a bold claim regarding Conor's long-awaited return to the UFC. According to the former lightweight champion, Conor was originally expected to face him, but the matchup never happened because Conor chose a different path. Charles believes Conor preferred a fight against Max Holloway instead, and claimed that the decision was behind the scenes before the official announcement. Charles also revealed that Conor reportedly wanted the fight to be scheduled for only 3 rounds, rather than the traditional 5-round main event format. He further claimed that Conor personally selected Max as his opponent, leading many fans to debate whether the original plans for Charles versus Conor were ever close to becoming official. Regardless of the circumstances, Charles made it clear that he believes the opportunity slipped away because Conor chose another matchup. Meanwhile, Max Holloway has shared his thoughts on what could be at stake in his upcoming fight. According to Max, there has been growing discussion that the winner could earn a shot at the lightweight championship. He also acknowledged that some people believe an opportunity at the welterweight title could eventually become a possibility as well. For Max, however, none of those possibilities matter unless he first handles the task directly in front of him. Max explained that his primary focus is earning his victory in impressive fashion. Simply getting his hand raised is not enough in his eyes. He wants to deliver an exciting performance that leaves no doubt about his place among the top contenders. Once that happens, he believes the UFC will decide what comes next, and he is prepared for whatever opportunity is offered. When asked whether he would rather challenge for the lightweight title or pursue a massive fight at welterweight, Max admitted it was an extremely difficult decision. He said both matchups are incredibly exciting and each presents a unique challenge. He also mentioned that returning to lightweight, achieving something special there, and then moving back up afterward could be an ideal path. Max went on to say he would genuinely love the chance to compete against both opponents in the future. However, he refused to look too far ahead because his full attention remains on Conor. He stressed that nothing else matters until that fight is finished. Even so, Max admitted that sharing the octagon with Islam would be an amazing experience. He praised Islam's career and accomplishments, saying that facing a fighter of that caliber would be something truly memorable. For now, though, his entire focus remains locked on defeating Conor before thinking about any future championship opportunities. Move on to another news. Dana White has finally addressed the growing speculation surrounding a potential rematch between Khamzat and Sean Strickland, and it appears the fight is becoming more realistic with each passing day. According to Dana, Khamzat is now actively pushing for another showdown with Strickland, making it clear that his priority is settling unfinished business in the middleweight division. This update comes as a surprise because immediately after his fight with Strickland, Khamzat had reportedly told Dana that he wanted to move up to the light heavyweight division. However, only a few weeks later, those plans appear to have changed completely. Instead of chasing a new challenge at 205 pounds, Khamzat now seems fully focused on getting another opportunity against Strickland. The story became even more interesting after former UFC champion TJ Dillashaw shared details about Khamzat's difficult weight cut before the fight. According to Dillashaw, Khamzat was in terrible condition while preparing for the weigh-ins. He claimed the weight cut was so severe that Khamzat was vomiting green bile and suggested the situation could have become extremely dangerous. Despite those struggles, Dillashaw praised Khamzat's performance inside the octagon. He pointed out that, even after such a brutal weight cut, Khamzat managed to maintain an impressive pace and cardio throughout the fight. That level of determination left a strong impression on many people who watched the contest. Dana also confirmed that Khamzat has officially requested the rematch with Strickland, but he emphasized that the UFC has not yet made a final decision. When asked whether the promotion would eventually decide on that matchup, Dana simply replied that they would make the decision at the appropriate time. He was also asked whether Strickland would be interested in running the fight back. Dana showed complete confidence in Strickland's willingness to compete, saying that Strickland will fight anybody. He added that this is one of the qualities he respects most about him, because Strickland has never been known to avoid difficult opponents and is always ready to accept the toughest challenges available.